No?
Absolutely. All right, here we are.
That'll
We're
make
live
her-
on the internet. We made it.
That'll make her think twice about telling me I can cast on 7 things. There'll be 7 things in her space.
Also, Jocelyn's moving in with you. That's what we just decided.
I'm giving up. I'm moving to Norway.
I'm eating breakfast,
1,
as delivered by the
2,
delightful brunch fairy.
1:30.
Or not, because that's getting picked up on the microphone. Never mind. I will not do that.
Were you eating on the microphone? I mean, I eat
Bacon.
on lives all the time. I eat on lives all the time. My lighting is going to be variable today, guys. The blinds are cranked a little bit, but I got wind from an open window coming in, so sometimes it'll be a touch dark, sometimes I might be a touch bright. It's the natural of they're vertical blinds. There's nothing I can do about it.
It is what it is.
I'm going to drink some tea.
Hello, everybody in chat. Also, Tracy, Melanie, Nikki, and Aaron. Melanie's drinking Neocitrin and trying to breathe through my nose. I'm so sorry you're sick. I'm sorry your coworkers got you sick. That's miserable. Hello, Susanna.
I know, it's just I want to say, listen, if you don't want advice, fair. If you want tips and tricks to breathe easier, just ask. I will give you a laundry list of things I do to manage colds and, oxygen. It's harder than it sounds.
Aaron wants to know what happened to yesterday's plan of a farm in Ireland.
Oh no, I would love to do that, but I don't have the acuity, I don't have the visual acuity to weed. So if I move to a chunk of farm on a small island off of Ireland and become Irish, I have to take Diana, I have to take Mr. Diana, I have to take the mysterious Mr. B. I need a support system to go with me.
The whole thing?
I need other people there, so I have other people to bake for, because we know I'm going to turn into a baker. I'm already an early morning person. We know it'll be a cinnamon bun, scone, alternating day, baked pancakes, French toast sort of situations going on, because I love a big breakfast. And if I just have access to 3 other people who need big breakfasts before they go out and help do things, done. But yeah, I was telling Aaron the other day, we're going to take Aaron and Tristan with us, so we've got the whole gambit. You can raise some sheep.
Absolutely.
I can make sure we're fed, and Aaron can dye yarn.
Susanna, yes, I saw your post in Discord. I have not watched the video yet, but it's open in a tab. Hello to Lisa as well. Also says it's fine that you come move over there. She'll clean out some space. When are you coming?
It takes 4 weeks to quarantine a cat to change countries with it, so that'll be the deciding factor. And I need to, do other things. Run out my lease. So August? August sound good? I'm on
Tracy
lease
says,
here
let's
until
start
the
a
end.
commune.
Oh my god, yes. We'll just buy a chunk of land and we'll all go live together. We'll pool our resources and our skill sets. I mean, Diana's response was, let's just buy a castle in France and renovate it. It's a big chunk of land. Castle.
Yeah. And we can still have our little hobby farm on the estate.
Yeah.
And then we have a castle.
Done. Sold. We could do that in Scotland too.
I hear the weather in southern France is gorgeous.
Yeah. I'm game. anything where the bulk of my life is doing something that shows progress, not this bloody screen all the time.
Jude wants to know where we can book a visit from the bakery fairy.
Yeah. About the point of time when Mr. Diana figures out how to get me brunch at the same time he delivers brunch to Diana.
There's sort of a distance of
there's a physics issue. He needs to hurry up. He's in computer robotics. He needs to hurry up and build the hardware components for a transporter. He knows what I need. Get on that.
Yeah, we need the Star Trek transporter.
We need the Star Trek transporter. Not for human beings, but for everything else. Food and
sure
imagine how much.
But yeah.
Well, I mean, that is innately more complicated, but if we could do it for inanimate objects or finished food, imagine how much we could save in plastics, in shipping, in global footprint. If everyone could just have a thing at home, order something, it gets put on the transporter in the warehouse, and it shows up at the transporter in your house.
It'd be amazing. Okay, takeout alone would save so much plastic.
I know. It would be insane. Like, oh my gosh. It would
just
be
like transport the dishes back and like.
Yeah. Like all sorts of things could be set up for it. I'm just, my brain's like, not people. People are complicated. Like living things are complicated. Dead things
Dude,
and inanimate objects.
Deliveries sounds dangerous.
Wouldn't that be? Oh my god, yeah, right. 2 a.m. That'd be a problem for me. I mean, people would have to set in like transporter hours. Like there'd be a whole bunch of regulations and stuff that would have to be done. But I'm just, my brain's like, come on now. Of all of the things that science fiction has promised us, I can do without the floating cars. What can I do without the floating cars? Skateboards that ride on air, whatever, who cares? Transporters. Just to move the volume of stuff we ship around the world.
Mm-hmm. It'd be so great. Can you imagine like industrial-sized transporters, like things that would do entire shipping containers?
Yeah. I mean, there would be a heck of a footprint installing everything and getting it all geared up, but it'd be pay up front for a long-term gain, right? And it opens up a whole other industry of repair people that need to be able to come in and fix the thing when it goes wrong because it's tech, so obviously something's going to go wrong at some point.
It takes a lot of power to do that, so that's
yeah, so it's like it'll work on the power infrastructure grid, but like we could do it. We are capable of scaling. We've proven this.
All right, and we're in the middle of for everybody is what we're talking about today.
That's what I want to be like, cool, great, it was great. So then I'd be like, cool, I made cinnamon buns, and I don't need a pack of 12. I can send one. I can send 2 to Diana because she's a house of 2. I can send 1 to my mom. I could send 1 to my niece. But I could do it in my home where everything's set up for me with my disability. You know? It'd
be great, and you could like have like long distance dinner parties.
Tristan could have the urge to make something fancy with mushrooms and knows that he's got a house to send some of it to because Aaron won't eat mushrooms.
Could do, I could be like, oh, Diana, and just like send out, transport everybody a plate.
I know, like I bought things at the yarn thingy for you. I'll just put it on the pad. There you go. There's your fun new stuff. Enjoy. Like, I mean, it nerfs a bunch of industries while it creates industries like everything on the planet. It would have its ups and downs, but all I can think about is the ease and convenience for myself. Flu powder. Not sure I'm ready for that much spinning.
It's a lot of spinning.
A lot of spinning. All right, we got WIP Sprints today.
Yeah, we got WIP Sprints. Okay, in case you're new here, I don't know if anybody is, but in case you're new here, WIP Sprints, we set a timer for 25 minutes, which I've got up on the screen. It hasn't started yet. And for 25 minutes, we pick one project and we focus on it. And it doesn't have to be a crafting project. If you need to like clean your house or like, I don't know, do your taxes, it's not tax season, but like pick your project and focus on it for 25 minutes.
It could be flower arranging. We don't know, man. we don't know what you're doing.
Maybe your task is you're doing meal prep, or your task is you need to eat because you haven't remembered to do that yet today.
Yeah. Whatever. Maybe you're sorting your teas. Whatever it is. You know what it is? It's the end of September. Minutes. Maybe you're making the fruitcake for Christmas season and you need to get that done because that needs to sit for a solid 30 days minimum, ideally more, for everything to marinate properly. For tasty, and guys, tasty fruitcake. If your only experience with fruitcake is store-bought or something from the 70s, try again. Do not buy it from a store.
Yeah, store-bought fruitcake is your fruitcake is actually good. Which
and
feels like a weird thing to say about fruitcake.
It's my mom's recipe, which is a family recipe, so it's from several generations, and it's just fruitcake. It is a whole bunch of dried fruit with a little bit of flour. It is cooked fruit. And I mean, let's be honest, we picked the fruits that we put in it because some of us like some things and some of us don't like other things. So we've picked and chosen different things. Mine's a little citrusy when they let me do it on my own because I tend to like a little bit of extra orange peel in my fruitcake. But there's like Mary Berry has made a ton of fruitcake recipes, from like light fruitcake where it's like cake with like a touch of fruit to like heavy fruit with a touch of cake. So like tons of options, but fruitcake is so good. And it's such, so good. You put some nuts in there. Yeah. Dried fruit, you got nuts, you got orange peel. If you're not against booze, you can soak it in cherry brandy.
Nice.
Do like a contact high situation. Always fun. I'm not a booze person. And you just slice it because you cook it in a loaf, and then you put some margarine on it, and you just shove it in your face at Christmas. There is a 18-year-old boy, 19-year-old boy who's looking forward to his Christmas cake. Denise's boyfriend.
Says she actually does like store-bought fruitcake, light and dark.
I do not. Well, I do
maybe
not.
You got magical,
I prefer
actually
homemade.
Good store-bought fruitcake. Why do I have so much fuzz on me? Where did that even come from? I haven't touched that. Oh no, I did touch the cowl. That's why I touched the cowl.
You totally touched the cowl.
I touched the cowl. That's why.
You've not given it a bath yet?
Not yet. Hasn't got there yet.
Oh, my ranch on fruitcake
hasn't
aside.
Got there yet either.
Ranch on fruitcake aside, we've got WIP Sprints.
We got WIP Sprints. So what's everybody working on for your first sprint?
Guys, if you're watching live, if you could do us a huge favor and hit that like button.
Also that's a good first task.
Please and thank you. I appreciate it so very much.
Also want some fruitcake, so the transporter needs to happen.
Oh, yeah, it absolutely needs to happen. Just needs to happen, period. But yeah, no, me and Diana have to get on a plan and we got to go to Norway. I've added it to the to-do. And that list is so long at this point.
Right.
We need to go do a yarn shopping spree with Asa in Norway. Come on now. It is
Jude
overdue.
Blaming you for the corner-to-corner blanket that she's working on?
Totally legit. I am at that point where I'm almost finished a corner-to-corner blanket. I'm like, sweet Jesus, why will it not end? Also thinking about starting another one. But I'm happily going to take that blame. Do not have time for another blanket.
Like button has been smashed. Working on the fourth hat.
Yes.
Gonna make a latte, pumpkin spice latte. Nice.
Ooh.
Oh, Susanna does a cake with triple. Wait, my triple is cherry brandy with Sprite. Ooh.
Oh, that'd be fun. I'm casting on for the first WIP Sprint. Of course I am.
Winding yarn and hopefully not causing Sherry panic this time. I mean, everybody calm down. I'm winding yarn on the internet. I haven't seen Sherry in here, so I think we're okay.
Do I want to start with the light color or the dark color?
That's a great question.
The dark color is smoke. Smoke? Shadow? Or God, where is Ginger Snap at when I need them? I remember this is
variegated yarn.
Ooh, I remember this is bone chilling, and I think this is smoke or shadow. I don't know, but it's from Ginger Snap that.
Knitting purple votes
I'll
dark.
start with the dark colors. Dark color. Perfect. I'm with knitting purple. Dark it is.
Also says, first WIP is a sweater and second WIP is a tee, and that is all the WIPs in my house. Yeah. You, with your superior
Says the woman
WIPs.
who encouraged me to cast on 7 items. My eyeballs say shadow. I don't know if that'll show up on screen.
It's upside down. I believe shadow is what it says.
That's what my eyeballs say. My eyeballs could be wrong, but we're gonna go with it. It's part of like their Halloween line that they came out with this fall, Ginger Snap. Oh my god.
They have a Halloween line? Okay, I'm gonna start this timer and we can keep chatting.
Yeah. Start the timer.
3,
Take a
2,
look
1,
at it.
Sprint.
Go. If you want some of it, I'm going to see them at the Silver Willow. Just pre-order it and ask Kim to have it at the show, and I'll pick it up for you.
Ooh, this is dangerous.
Yes, it is.
Hugs and Stitches working on a zillion crochet Junimos to fill a bunch of orders. Nice.
Juminos! Sorry, I got very excited there for her. I was playing Stardew last
Knitting
night.
Purple says that Asa needs to cast on for each WIP sprint. I second this motion.
I can just see Asa looking at the screen now like,
Right?
Absolutely not, you crazy people. Do I have... Oh, yeah, I got stitch markers just hanging out on the keyboard. Excellent. Can you tell I started prepping to cut things before we went live today and put some nice flat fabric chilling back there?
Oh, it's much cleaner than it was yesterday.
God, it looked like toddlers had run through here yesterday. I did get some sewing stuff done this morning, so at least I got some work done this morning. I'll have to do some more this evening.
Snip. Oh, not that snip.
I'm going to say 132, which means nothing to you, nor should it.
It truly does not.
But as you're winding, I'm going to count so you keep up on chatting.
Keep up on chat. Oh my goodness, you have high expectations for my mental abilities. That's a fluff.
You're caffeinated. I just watched you eat brunch. You're good.
Actually, I still have half my brunch here. My first task might be to finish that. I did finish the eggs, so I don't have cold eggs, because cold eggs are the worst.
Cold eggs are gross.
Come on.
So I've decided, when you stream, that if I text, I need you to look at the text.
Okay.
Because I had no way of telling you yesterday to keep streaming. Blind was only doing a 6-hour stream because he was leaving early, so if it looked like he was winding up, he might raid you. I had no way to inform you that you would look at. Without it being in chat.
I'm so sad
obscenely
about that.
obvious about it.
I'm
so
so sad.
If you're streaming and I've texted you, it is time sensitive. Look at it.
I noted.
Yeah, I was like, I have no way of getting a hold of you right now. Because I was on the other end of the screen. I was like, stay on. No, stay on. Just stay. Go for another 20 minutes. Trust me, it'll be worth it. Just give it a shot.
Oh, I'm so upset. Wait, I've just forgotten how to. There we go. You know how, like, suddenly your brain cell will, like, die, and it was the one brain cell that was, like, the one for how to get the yarn through the twisty thing on the ball winder?
Yep.
I know how to do that, and I just, like, suddenly forgot. Anyway, for context for everybody in chat, I stream on Twitch on Fridays. I play a game called Dwarf Fortress, and I was having a really good stream yesterday, and there's this other guy that streams Dwarf Fortress, and he's like the biggest Dwarf Fortress streamer. He has like 200 people in his chat, like watching normally, just like on a regular day. And had I stayed on for 20 more minutes, he would have raided me, and that would have been incredible. And I missed it. It's very upsetting. Alas. Okay. I'll get over that eventually. Come here, Yarn. Wait. And then I'll catch up on our chat. There we go. Okay, what is our chat saying? Everybody thinks that Asa needs to cast on a bunch of stuff. We're not crazy, we're just dragging everyone along in the fun, says Jude. Asa says, for each YouTube or each sprint tonight, because I can cast on a WIP a month. She also says, I went out with a couple of friends and had fancy cake and tea today. Nice. I actually went out to a bar on a Friday night. Whoa, everybody be shocked. But it's the one that I'm... Hello.
Your tea dish, Fairy?
Oh, thank you, Fairy. I'm not done yet. The brunch fairy was coming back to collect the dirty dishes, but I'm not done yet. We were scoping out the place that we're going to be performing at next month. It's a tiny little stage. Like, our group has 8 or 9 people in it, and that stage holds 5 at best. Like, 5 will be real squishy. So I'm not quite sure what the arrangement's going to be, but it's going to be a good time, and it'll be cozy.
Ugh, I'm so sad I can't come cheer you on.
I will endeavor to make a recording at least one of these events. Because you're not the only one that wants a recording. Tracy says, I've cast on way too much, now focus on finishing. Jude says, I went to a farm shop and now have a giant, proper tasting veg waiting for me to prep tomorrow. Nice. Asa says, if you want me to cast on, just come over and make me. Them's fighting words. So I'm going to mute myself for a second.
But I'm counting.
Nobody wants to listen to me crunch bacon.
That's fair. I'm sure chat's help. But I need 132 stitches. Hugs
and Stitches signed up for my first market in November, and I'm super excited. That's awesome.
Woo! Excellent.
That explains all the Junimos.
It does explain all the Juminos.
That's so good.
What's the market?
There's going to be some kind of crafty Christmas market around here in November, I think, that people were telling me was pretty good. So I guess I have to go to a Christmas market in November.
Yeah, you do. Christmas craft markets are hilariously good fun. I love a good Christmas. That night dwarf thingy is going tonight here in the city.
Oh, that one. Waterloo has an equivalent of that, and I keep missing it. But in Waterloo, it's called Lumen, and it's a lot more lights-based, but it's still the same deal with, like, it's a bunch of art installations and music and stuff, and just, like, a weird, interesting night in the downtown area. But that was the night of the Charlie's birthdays, so I was not even here. I'll make it 1 year. One day. The market is a fundraiser for a local high school band. Nice.
That's excellent. The arts are not funded enough in school.
No.
Not funded enough. I mean, we could just do carte blanche. Schools aren't funded enough. But definitely arts programs are not funded enough. Just see a case of like the city of Winnipeg. My home city. The Winnipeg School Division has asked people and asked school divisions to not do fundraisers this year.
Okay, but
like the whole selling cheese thing.
Schools have always done fundraisers.
What?
At least.
Well, the guy was like, it's an unequitable distribution because some schools do better than other schools, and I'm like, yeah, because some schools are in very upper middle class suburban areas. Of course they do better. There's a better income base to pull from than the inner city schools. So you know what that should mean? It should mean the inner city schools should get more base funding because they can't fundraise.
Right?
This is what that should bloody well mean. I'm very tempted to call it and go, I'm fine with fundraisers, but for the love of God, could we do something other than cheese? I do not need 5 schools asking me if I want to order cheese. Find something else to fundraise with, and I will happily give you money. Not for cheese. Not for cheese. Because I know there was one school...
water softener salt, because we lived in an area with extremely hard water.
And I'm sure it did well.
It did.
And it was a practical thing. There was, out at my old house, where I used to live here in the city, one of the kids in the Bay, their school did vegetables from Harvest Market Harvest.
Ooh.
Dude, you bought a big old bag of vegetables in the fall, like at the start of the school season. Heck yeah. We did that every year. Absolutely. Harvest Market donated the vegetables and the kids ran around selling them. I mean, seeing these poor kids trying to haul these bags of vegetables up the driveway was fun.
Nice.
Chocolate bars?
Nice.
I'm down for some chocolate bars. But all it is now, cheese, it's just cheese. Everyone's selling cheese. I'm so tired of something I don't eat.
Cheese and chocolate bars. Ooh, Hugs and Stitches is in Michigan. Waterford, if you're local.
Well, hopefully somebody is.
Idea.
Isn't the vegetable idea a good idea?
It is a really good idea. So how are schools supposed to pay for stuff if they're not allowed to fundraise and presumably aren't getting any additional funding?
Oh, well, there's enough funding in the budget.
I have
I
strong,
don't think
not
his-
YouTube appropriate language about that.
I feel like he is not going to last long as a as a city school dude for a very long time with naivety garbage like that.
Jude wants to know, did the vegetables taste like vegetables or just disappointment?
Vegetables.
So they were actually good vegetables, not disappointing vegetables. I am not going to get all the yarn for this one project wound in one sprint.
Well, because they're big projects you've got going on there, dear.
Yeah.
No, they were just, it's harvest market, so it was cauliflower, broccoli, carrots, potatoes. Like it was your staple vegetables that are very common around here and very common in Western diets. Though
So
I think I
super
saved the
exciting,
email. I sent myself a link for a vegetable box delivery that's in Ontario, and I need to see if it's in your area. And they do
Okay.
it straight from the farm because the vegetables won't be sold in stores because they don't look perfect.
I do not care if my vegetables look funny.
Where I was looking at it, and they've got a veggie box. They got a just veggies or just fruits or a mix, and you can get some local cold pressed juices if you wanted to. Like,
Heck yeah.
it's a nice
I'm
little
all about
system,
some
but
juice.
it's only in Quebec and Ontario. So I'm like, well, it's no good for me, but it might be something you guys can.
Well, send me links.
I emailed it to myself. I just haven't opened up my email.
Also says here they do toilet paper, cookies, and candy.
Weird. Toilet paper?
I do that though.
I would do candy. I would do toilet paper.
Jude says, I hate supermarket veg. It just tastes like bitter water. I mean, farm fresh is definitely better. Bitter water. Supermarket strawberries are disappointing. Specifically those. And like the giant tomatoes. Maybe our supermarket has like slightly better, there's like a whole made in Ontario section, so it's relatively local, so maybe that's why I'm less disappointed by our vegetables, because I actually live in an area that can grow vegetables like almost year round because we have greenhouses and stuff. So I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit spoiled with produce. Tracy says, we did lots of fundraising when my kids were in school. We also had a sister school in low-income area we helped. Oh, I like that idea. Yep. Like a high-income school paired with a low-income school. Seems like maybe a better way of doing it. Jude says, our supermarket carrots rot so quickly because they're just water, tasteless and just rot if you blink. Weird. Our carrots are not like that.
No, supermarket carrots here, like at the regular grocery store,
They last forever.
Yeah, and if you store them in water, up to a month, crisp.
Yeah, like I've got a
Do
bag
they
of carrots
taste
in
as
the
good as?
crisper.
Like,
been there for like a
they
month.
are they as good? Are they as good as farm fresh? No,
No,
but they're not bad.
they get the job done. Also says they don't do fundraising for schools, but for excursions specifically. That makes sense. I think that was largely what ours were, because the softener salt was for the band trips. I feel like we did something for the travel group trip as well. I don't remember what it was. Huh. Hugs and Stitches also has the problem with supermarket veggies going bad. That's They're root vegetables. Their whole thing is that they last forever, though. What do your supermarkets do to vegetables? They're doing it wrong. I don't understand. Almost. Ugh. This is not
Sorry,
the most
I'm literally
ergonomic angle.
doing the last 2 stitches.
It's not the most ergonomic angle, and
Needed to do the last 2 stitches. Oh,
I
just
understand.
about perfect with my guess for how much yarn I needed. Look, that much left over for my estimated amount required to cast on.
Amazing. I think I'm
Well
gonna have to
done,
do
me.
a cast on for the next one because I want
For sure,
one more yarn.
I need to not be on stream when I connect in the round and do the first row because that requires a lot of concentration. But I did cast on, so that was the thing I needed to do
Shockwave color
today.
1 wound.
Diana sometimes forgets how close root vegetables are for her, and root vegetables can go bad quite
they
quite
can,
quickly. It just depends on how long they took to get to where they're going. And for us, it's a very short distance for root veggies
I guess that
in
makes
both our
sense.
provinces. But
Yeah.
think about your bananas, your strawberries out of season, your bell peppers in February. They don't last as long because they're coming from California and Mexico. So they're
I
traveling
suppose that makes sense.
much different. But yeah. Whereas for us, carrots are like down the road.
Literally, root vegetables are one of the few things Manitoba actually can do.
Potatoes, cauliflower, broccoli, like the hardier staples that you see a lot here, they grow. Tomatoes do well. I mean, obviously, if you've got gardens, you can all year round. I mean, the Love Day mushroom people are here in the province of Manitoba, and they grow commercial mushrooms.
I didn't realize that they were Manitoban. Because that's definitely still the brand of mushrooms out here as well.
Yeah, they're a big commercial operation. I love mushrooms. I love eating the fungus. I don't ever want to go forage for them, though, if that makes sense.
You want to be very sure about what you're picking if you're foraging for a wild mushroom.
I don't want to put the effort into it. I am happy to pay someone else to grow them commercially in a greenhouse and pick them.
Mm-hmm.
I am okay with that. I am okay with that. I am not offended. I think wild mushrooms live in the wild for wildlife to eat wild mushrooms and for them to serve their ecosystem purpose. They do not need to go in my belly.
Ending Purple was saying, my kids never did fundraising for the school, just sponsored runs for charities.
There were those
Okay.
two. There was always the Terry Fox run every year.
Yeah.
Usually it's bands, sports groups. They're the ones who do the fundraising.
Yeah. Talking about
I
vegetables,
didn't do
Jude
either of
says they
those.
grow them in a hydroponic system where there's no soil, just flowing water with minerals.
Yeah,
that
that's a
sounds good
perfectly
in
legit
theory.
system. It's a perfect. Well, all the carrots take out of the dirt is the water and nutrients, so it's fine. Removing the dirt does not affect it.
It sounds good in theory. Have a very clean
But
carrot.
like, farm fresh carrots don't last the week here. Like, I will eat a 2-pound bunch worth in a week straight out of the fridge. Store-bought carrots I can get to last like a 2-pound bag or a 3-pound bag. I can have last for like 2, maybe 3 weeks. Then I've eaten them all.
If I have hummus, the carrots go away real fast.
Really fast. Oh god, yeah. If there's I always have canned
carrot sticks and
chickpeas.
hummus, perfect.
Oh my God.
Are like absolutely a potato chip replacement for me.
I have canned chickpeas in the house for emergency hummus purposes and emergency chickpea salad purposes. But like, I'll ribbon the carrots and I'll make a carrot cucumber ribbon salad, or I'll stick them into every soup on the planet I make. I've got a bag of carrots I need to go through before I leave next week. I'm thinking carrot ginger soup, like just carrots all the time. I freaking love that orange carrots, yellow carrots, purple carrots. Like in the summer when the farmers market stuff like starts to come in, I buy. So they're all sorts of colors. Then you have like rainbow colored. Then you can make like roasted vegetable sandwiches, but your purple is a carrot.
Nice.
Tastes just like a carrot. It's just purple.
Didn't carrots
just-
like
it's just
originally the main strain of carrot was purple?
I like the heritage strains. I like to buy them. I like to support them because they promote biodiversity and they promote a healthier carrot, promote a healthier everything.
Ooh, Nikki says I made a carrot soup yesterday. It's amazing.
Good. Carrot ginger soup is so good. I mean, I might get lazy and just make a spicy lentil soup and stick carrots and the last of my cabbage in there. That also might happen.
We are heading into soup season.
But I need to make sure that I clear out the fridge by Monday. So like Tuesday I'm eating leftovers because I leave on Wednesday. And Tuesday I'm going to do that deep clean of the inside of the fridge you always want to do, but you never want to do until it's empty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so I'm going to do that and defrost the freezer Monday, Tuesday. So when I come home, my fridge and my freezer above my fridge are all prepped for fall. They're ready to go for winter. Do the things you need to do. Look at all the condiments. Make sure still in good shape. Throw out the ones that aren't. Write a grocery list for the things you need to buy when you get home. And it's very boring prep to travel stuff, but it feels nice to come home to a clean house that's ready to go, and I can just pick up the list and move on with my day, you know?
Altogether too organized. I'm not that organized when I travel.
I
make sure
don't like being
things
stressed.
are not going to rot while I'm gone, and that's about as far as it gets.
Oh, I mean, right now I'm stressing because I still don't know when the monster's being picked up, and it's driving me bonkers.
You leave this coming Wednesday?
Yeah.
Oh.
And the brother-in-law works solid weekends. He usually gets Tuesdays or Wednesdays off sometimes, which means he's going to be picking her up after work one day, which he doesn't like to do because he didn't get his stuff together to tell me when he wanted to come over to pick her up. And I consider a month's notice enough notice with reminders.
Yeah, a month is largely enough notice for most things, yeah.
To both of them. For a thing they agreed to do back in June.
Yep.
And now you guys know how she ends up staying there for like 2 weeks after I get home.
Good luck.
It's ridiculous. I want to start on the thingy, but I know I can't start on the thingy because I need to pay too much attention. How much time do we have left in this round?
Ooh, just over a minute.
Okay.
Also says you can do the same with I'm going to read that as kohlrabi, sticks and hummus. I think we spell it kohlrabi. It's kohlrabi. I don't know. One of the letters has a hat, but I'm assuming that's the same thing as the North American kohlrabi.
Probably. I've never seen kohlrabi spelt. I've just heard it, so I have no idea how it's spelled. That's tasty. I got to eat one of those for the first time the other week. That's really good. It was amazing in coleslaw. Just chopped up and tossed in some handmade coleslaw. So good. So good.
Maybe I'll get a kohlrabi because I'm pretty sure we have that at Sobeys here. Also, like a fennel. I want to figure out what to do with fennel because that seems delicious.
There's tons to do with fennel.
What soups?
I can just imagine Erin's yelling at this with all the things you.
Okay, well, send me links. Send me recipe links. I will try things. I will make.
I love fennel
Soups or
fennel
something.
Is amazing. Fennel
I like
is so
roasting
good.
vegetables and making soup. I even have an immersion blender now, so I can turn the roasted vegetables into soup. I know. I got an immersion blender for Christmas for myself a couple years ago.
I love my immersion blender. I make homemade almond milk with immersion blender.
Oh, break time. I'm going to finish winding this little mini, and then I'll take a break.
Okay. And I do it without...
I love tiny tomatoes with hummus. Yes.
Ooh.
I mean, tiny tomatoes without hummus are just good.
I like snap peas and carrots and cauliflower with hummus.
Tracy says, now I'm hungry.
I'm not. I'm very full. I had a very large tofu scramble with roasted potatoes this morning.
I mean, I still have my breakfast to finish. Well, my brunch. Okay, I was right. Kohlrabi is, yes, it's the same thing. Okay. It's that thing.
It's that thing?
It's that thing. The thing that I thought it was. That I still only kind of sort of know what it is.
Yeah, we get it, motorcycle.
So
your
loud.
hot stuff. Jack, I can't wait till snow and those stupid things go away. What do I want to work on next?
Not related to motorcycles, but our neighbors yesterday were having a party. Like our next door neighbors were having a party. And, I mean, it gets loud around here. There's a lot of students. That's fine. The amount of beer was such that the beer smell was coming in the window. I had to close the windows because the inside of my house was smelling like beer.
That's too much beer.
There's too much beer.
Too much
Way too
beer.
much beer.
I'm going to finish connecting this. That's what I'm going to do this time.
I'm going to take a second to eat my toast. And then I'll figure out what I'm doing for a second sprint. Am I winding more yarn for the same project?
Okay.
Winding yarn for a different project?
Okay.
Or casting on, which involves counting?
Ooh, dear. Well, that's going to be some temptation because chat will try to help you count. Always fun for me to watch. Winding more yarn is super necessary, and if we don't observe you do it, we'll be sitting in the same position this time next week because you won't do it on your own, as far as I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
I already forgot the third option.
More of the colorful fingering weight yarn, or yarn for the single mult, which is just going to be a whole lot of brown, or cast on the Elsa sweater in the fuzzy yarn back there.
Didn't you cast that on already?
No, I swatched. I didn't actually get to casting it on because I was finishing the fuzzy cowl.
I'm gonna go with not the single malt.
Shockwaves?
Shockwaves or casting on Elsa.
Well,
I
Tracy's
either want
voting
to
for
see
wind.
you. I either want to see you move around a whole bunch to be unergonomic while you wind, or try to count. It's the torture I've decided you get to suffer. Oh,
Jude's gonna go get some chicken noodle soup. Excellent. Knitting Purple says I should have gone and joined the party. I think about it sometimes. But, you know, the beer is not going to be of a quality that I actually want to drink, so I haven't done that yet.
Beer snob. I mean, yes, be a beer snob. Bad beer is just bad beer.
It's not that I'm a beer snob, I just have zero desire to drink Coors Light.
That's bad beer.
Although I had a Pabst Blue Ribbon for the first time, and it was honestly fine, so maybe I am a beer snob.
There's nothing wrong with being a beer snob. Nothing wrong at all. Right.
Knitting Purple says that's not real beer.
It's not real beer.
Or like Keith's IPA. Not an IPA, but decent beer. Well, I don't know about decent, but it's like, it's fine.
It'll do in a pinch. I'm a booze snob. I'm aware of this. Too many years working at the
wind yarn while I'm set up to wind.
It makes sense to continue with the task you're got on hand.
It does.
Because even if you only get the two colors cast wound up, then you can get started on the shockwaves.
It's true. Jude says your students drink beer and not spirits? Are they even proper students? Around here, it's beer. Students drink beer. That's what it is. I don't know. It's the thing. North American students drink beer.
Beer's cheaper than spirits for them.
Yeah. Okay. I've succeeded. The bros are cheering. This concerns me.
The whole internet just watched Squirrel happen.
Well, there was a very loud sound. I know it's not getting picked up on the microphone, but it's loud. It was really loud, okay?
So good.
I have filters on the microphone so it doesn't pick up stuff that's not my voice most of the time, but like, that was loud.
So good.
Alright, everybody says I should wind more yarn, so I guess I'll wind more yarn.
Right.
Jude says Jaeger bombs are big here, and most 16-year-olds are good at holding their vodka. Drinking age isn't is a hard 19 for all alcohol in Ontario, and it's 18 in Manitoba.
Yeah.
Although honestly, that probably doesn't. It's probably still true that most 16-year-olds are good at holding their vodka. Despite that. Knitting Purple says White Lightning cider or vodka here. Oh, White Claws or another. Yeah, if it's not beer, then it's some kind of like vodka in a can drink.
Oh God. Okay. Make sure.
Stitches says it's 21 here. Yeah. I don't think there's any state where it's not 21, right?
I think it's 21 across all of America.
Nah. Which seems so silly because the people in the northern states can just like pop across the border and have a beer.
The number of 18-year-olds show up and just have a beer is extensive.
Like, it's worth, for an 18-year-old, it's worth the long drive to go.
Yeah.
Go someplace
Come
to
pop
drink.
Pop up
All right,
someplace
what's everybody
above
working
the
on for
border
their
for the
second
weekend.
sprint? We've determined I'm winding more yarn. I'm going to start the timer in a second when I find the window where that went. Because it minimized.
I am attaching the second sleeve, and then I'm going to do stabilizing on my, and then we'll start some dramatic V-neck shaping. Dramatic.
And this is on the linen one?
On my linen, yeah. On the linen shirt. There is no pattern. I am making it up as I go.
Hugs and Stitches says, I spent my youth crossing the border for alcohol. Canada's only 30 minutes from me.
Yep.
Yeah, that tracks.
Sounds about right.
Karen says, I was pretty good at holding my vodka at 16, even though it was only legal for me to drink beer. It also says, in Norway, it's beer and wine at 18, spirits at 20.
Oh no, we're full-blown legal at 18. Driver's license at 16. It's an interesting combo situation.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure it's the right combo situation, but it's the combo situation.
It's what you got.
What we got.
It doesn't seem to be horrible. All right, I'm going to start this next timer. 3, 2, 1, sprint number 2, go.
A go.
Karen's casting on a dishcloth. Knitting Purple is casting off the ribs of a sock and starting the toe of a second sock.
Ooh.
Jude says, I should bring out the bag of body bits and do some stuffing and assembling, but don't wanna.
That's
You
fair.
definitely should, though. That's exactly what WIP Sprints are for. It's for doing the thing you don't wanna. Hence, I'm winding yarn, which is like my least favorite. No, it's my second least favorite task. Sewing things together is my least favorite task. Like the final assembly, least favorite task. But winding yarn is a close second.
The things I would do if we lived in the same province, babe.
And
Show up and randomly wind yarn for you is one of them. I enjoy winding yarn.
I would be super okay if I never had to wind yarn again.
Inside facing is the right side of the fabric.
Oh, so you'll like one of my dance friends. He was showing me pictures of the various Ren Fair stuff he's been doing all summer. And
Yeah,
him and his
I like
friends
Ren
make all
Fairs.
their own costumes and stuff. And they'll like trade off making skills. So he's pretty much sold me on learning to sew strictly to make LARP costumes.
Yeah. He
Which
does
is-
realize that we've sold you on the concept of sewing as a great way of expressing your individuality several times, and you still haven't done it.
I know, but something specifically about LARP costumes is like, oh, but I want that. I want that stupid impractical thing that has no use outside of this one weekend a year.
Okay.
But it's pretty. I can't explain things. Anyway, so if I suddenly take up sewing, it's probably like a doublet or something that has no practical application in my everyday life.
Well, that's fine. I've got patterns if you need them. I can help you with Ren Fair stuff, Hobbit core things. I've got a couple of cloak patterns. I've been making costume stuff for years, babe. You know this.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely need
I
a cloak.
love costumes. My latest obsession is I want to start making I want some hobbity dresses.
Ooh, hobbity dresses, yeah.
I want hobbity dresses.
Also swatching for a new sweater.
Oh, good. She needs more cast-ons in her life.
Knitting Purple says, I love winding yarn and don't mind untangling yarn. You are a rare breed. I hate untangling yarn. And Karen says, if you do actually LARP, it's not a bad idea. Yeah.
Well, I think she'd enjoy LARPing.
I really want to. It just, the events, because he's been giving me all the event dates of the stuff in the local area and like the surrounding area that he travels to and stuff. And they're all on the Saturdays where we do stuff. So I would need to know quite a bit in advance so that we could reschedule our stuff. So at this point, it's not happening this year because there's one more event in like 2 weeks and that's it. So
I don't have
next
a problem
May.
Reorganizing things if you have a costume under construction, and I mean at the sewing stage, and you've done some seams. I have no problems reorganizing things so you can do some LARPing. I loved LARPing. I miss. I need assistance when I'm doing things, so I'd have to have an adventuring potentially. And there's nobody out here that does it. I used to volunteer for the entire or the zombie apocalypse LARP outside of town.
Ooh.
That was delightfully fun, but that's because they set me up in a fallow dairy cow field among trees, and I would stand out in the dark under a flashlight, because what night vision do I have? And I coordinated zombies for 3 or 4 hours.
Nice.
So I'd have a walkie-talkie for staff, I'd have a walkie-talkie for zombies, different frequencies. So I'd get an update that, the cave system was ready to go, so that I'd put that walkie-talkie down, hope the other one go, can I have 3 screamers and 2 crawlers to the caves, please? Repeat, I need 3 screamers and 2 crawlers to the caves. And then the walkie-talkie goes, zombie tent. You need to decide if you're going to be a screamer or a crawler, or are you going to be a rusher? What are you looking at? What are you doing? M. Night Shyamalan, what's our vibe today? I need all zombies to report back into the zombie tent. It's time to murder-nate some humans. I repeat, time to murder-nate some humans. To the staff,
so
you want to make sure that there's extra ammo drops, because it's Nerf guns. Extra ammo drops at the city center for pickup location. I repeat, I'm sending in the horde.
Sounds so good.
I liked facilitating the zombie hordes. That was delightful.
Just so very officially.
Oh, yeah. But then you had to get me out of the dairy field in the dark with my cane.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. Well, nobody ever wants to help organize and run things on the day, right? Like, they'll want to play. And I'm happy. I like organizing and facilitating things in the back. And it means I can be stationary, which is safer for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I still get to participate, right?
I feel like running things would be like really fun.
Yeah.
Like I'd want to play like once or twice just to catch the vibe. Because I feel like the same way I would do with volunteering at conferences. I want to like go as an attendee a couple of times to get the vibe and like what's the feel, and then you kind of have an idea of what's expected of you to run it and like what's the energy, what are you doing.
It's the only volunteering experience I've enjoyed was LARPing. The other times I volunteered, it's been an utter nightmare.
I've generally enjoyed my volunteer experiences.
No, I have not.
Karen says, I was in a LARP exactly once. I was an NPC, which was fun. My friend and I were tavern wenches, and we got to hang out at the refreshments table the entire time and spread rumors to the players.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'd enjoy something like that. That'd be up my alley.
Ross is casting on for an Advent gift now. Swatch done and need a wash.
Excellent.
So on top of things.
Well, I have Tracy's Advent to finish.
Yeah.
I've got everything set aside I need to finish it up. I just am not working on it till November. I am busy next month. That's why I wanted to get some of the bigger projects at least started, if not finished, this month for that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is Lindsay in chat today? No, I think she's
Not
cleaning
that
up to
I've
sell her
seen.
house. I think she's cleaning up to sell her house. I'm gonna tell her that I finally remembered to give Erin the yarn to mail because we do not let me mail things. We do not let me mail things, people.
No, you have gremlins. You're not allowed to mail things.
I am not allowed to mail things, but it'll go in the mail this week.
Excellent. I gotta figure out what I'm making for the Advent calendar.
It's probably a good idea. Have you talked with your Advent person?
Oh, you cut out there.
Have you talked with your Advent partner to see if you're doing days or 20 days?
We have not had that conversation.
Ooh. Me and Tracy did, because she's my partner this year. And I asked her if she wanted to do 24, 12, and she did 12. And I did 12 last year. And it was because you can do slightly larger things because you're not filling 24 days.
Yeah.
So it's been interesting to pick 12 slightly larger objects to do for Tracy.
Well,
So
I suppose that's a
very
conversation
happy.
I should have. There we go. There's some Northern Cardinal round.
Excellent. Keep going.
To go with the blood wine.
Ooh, you got 2 done.
2 done and their minis.
That's good enough to start.
Ugh.
Or do you want to keep winding while you're here?
I'll keep winding while I'm here, and because if I can get all 4 done, I just don't have to deal with this again. And then I can spend my third sprint. You've got a water buffalo? I can spend my third sprint figuring out how to use my little tool to make I-cord.
Okay.
Tracy says she's pretty much done Advent. Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not. Tracy, I'm not. I got derailed and I decided to do like a crazy person.
As you do.
Hey, I've picked 40 amigurumi to choose from, so I have options because we all know how I feel about having. I have 4 big projects. And I am wound yarn for the first cast on. I've written the first blog post, needs editing, and I'm ready to record October the 1st. So it's going to be a mix of blog posts, YouTube shorts, and videos, weekly videos for Vlogtober. Because I hate it. I needed to do a mix because I hate the December Vlogmas where it's like every bloody day there's 50 billion videos on the YouTube feed.
It is a lot, and like nobody's got time to watch all of that anyway.
No, nobody does. But if I'm doing a mix, a lot of days it's just a YouTube short. That's 30 seconds or less.
Yeah.
That's totally doable.
I feel like a full vlog every day is a bit much, but
it's a bit much.
That's a fantastic use for short content.
That's what I'm thinking. I love it when you get the things and it's not this super hardcore 12-minute video. Like I like daily vlogs for periods of time, and I hate how it seems so superficial what everyone's doing for Christmas stuff. Like, are they doing those things because they actually enjoy them, or are they doing them to create content?
90% to create content.
Content, right? Where I enjoy writing.
No, Karen's bugging me about the potions bottle pattern. You're absolutely right. I am looking at it right now, and you're right. I should finish that and put that out in time for Halloween. You are absolutely right. I should do that. I'll add that to my to-do list. Along with, I realized it is time to be starting my family matching Christmas sweater project for the year. So I need to message the Charlies and get some sweater dimensions and colors from them.
Oh yeah, because they're up this year, aren't they?
They are indeed. And also, if I can figure out a cat version. I'm gonna need cat dimensions as well. Fortunately, that'll go really quick. I wonder if Gilbert will try to eat the yarn if I make it out of wool.
Yes.
He hasn't tried to eat the... because I made him an acrylic one a couple years ago, and he seems to quite like it, and he hasn't tried to eat it. But I don't know if he's tried to eat a wool one.
Yes, because he tries to eat the wool things you've already brought over.
He does eat the mice that I make for him. Like, Gilbert doesn't get tails on his mice anymore because he will eat the tails.
Yeah, don't do it in wool. Do it in acrylic for Gilbert. Or he'll run around trying to lick himself or the cirrus. That'll, I mean, funny to watch, but kind of defeats the purpose of him having a sweater.
True.
How do I know? It's because I've knit cat sweaters for other cats. Mostly just Mr. Smokey when he was alive.
Melanie says the new citron is working. Yay! Congratulations on breathing. It is the most underrated thing.
Breathing is so important.
That is like the worst part of being sick. Just like not being able to breathe so you can't do anything. You can't even sleep properly. Like all you want to do is sleep and you can't even do that because you can't breathe.
Oh, everyone's always just like, I'm so sick, I can't breathe. I don't understand. I'm like,
no, anybody with allergies absolutely understands, and I'm so sorry.
I love you all to bits. But your Neo-Citron days are my regular days.
I'm so sorry.
That's why
I'm so sorry your sinuses are allergic to air.
Oh my god, they're allergic to air. I won't offer, like, because everybody's always like, we'll do this. Like, I won't offer unsolicited advice, which is always like, I'm always like, okay, if you want some advice, let me know, and I'll give you the laundry list of things that I do, but you might not want them.
Well, that's fair.
Okay, there we go. That's better.
Is a mouse without a tail a hamster? I mean, maybe. But in terms of the cat toys I make, it's a tiny football. If it doesn't have a tail, it's just a little football.
Phaedra loves her toys.
Good, I'm glad.
But she's also 8, 7 to Gilbert's, what, 2?
I genuinely don't remember how old Gilbert is. I want to say 2 or 3.
Yeah, Gilbert is, and you remember Phaedra when she was young. She's still more kitten than cat.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's a thing. All right.
Melanie says Discord later, maybe, for breathing advice.
Sure, yeah. If you want to, just tag me and I'll write a bunch of things out for you.
Aaron says, I made a small version of a small dog version of a regular sweater a few years ago. I'll find the instructions I used and send you the link. Perfect, thank you. Because I guess I have the recipe. I don't even remember what I used to make Gilbert's sweater a few years ago. So, yes, I will take all of the recommendations, because then I also have to figure out how to stick a sweater motif on it, which I'm sure I can do, but it'll take a bit of brain power. Knitting Purple says, I hold my breath when I go down the washing detergent aisle at the supermarket. I didn't understand the concept of being allergic to scents until one time so many years ago. Once upon a time, I worked at an ice cream shop while I was in school. And everything was perfectly normal, and then somebody came into the restaurant and they had a really nice perfume that I thought smelled really good. And then I started sneezing and sneezing and sneezing, and I'm like, I can't be back here right now because I just cannot stop sneezing. So I had to like switch which part of the restaurant I was working in because this perfume was just making me sneeze nonstop. And I'm like, oh, I get it now. Learning. It sucks. I'm so sorry for everybody that has to deal with that. It is crap.
Well, I know right now I'm a touch grumpy, but I'm switching my meds for the year again. Because the ones that... So I take much stronger ones in the summer than I do in the winter, and I ask to switch over in fall because the summer meds are really hard on me. They're really hard on my system. I take them because I have to, but I back off in the winter. So I sniffle more, but I don't. It doesn't hurt so much to take the meds. There are fewer nosebleeds. My stomach's less upset. Like it's not a fun time for my system. So right now I'm going through slight withdrawal symptoms.
Oh,
they're
wonderful.
They're moderately addictive.
Great.
Yeah,
so you're addicted to breathing.
I'm addicted to oxygen. Who knew?
Whoa.
So I'm gonna be. I decided to do the switch now because like I should be not grumpy anymore by like Tuesday because it's usually just like a couple of days where I run like I have a slight headache. I'm a little irritable because a lot of headaches.
That's totally fair. Totally fair.
But it's like when you drink caffeine and then you take a caffeine day off, right? Like you get that slight caffeine headache where it's like it's not the end of the world, but ugh.
But you're just like
that one person that you
snippy.
can. Just a little snippy. So I'm like, just have you guys today, and then I'm sort of. I got the boys tomorrow at Warhammer, but used to me being slightly grumpy from time to time when they dumb things. Like, and I'll do the same thing for them. I'll just tell them that I'm switching heads for this. They'll understand that I'm just a little. I'm a touch girly and a touch grumpy. That's their warning. But I should be fine by Tuesday. I would have waited to switch till after, but I'm seeing Mom's house will be nice and safe for me.
Yeah. Ooh, Raspberry just got back from Zumba at the winery, and we had mimosas after. That sounds great.
Zumba's fun.
I've never done Zumba. Should maybe try that. It's like the dancey aerobics class kind of thing, right?
Yep.
In glorious news, I finally stopped being stiff and sore after all of the dancing. We've turned a new corner, because first I was very sore, and then I stopped being sore and I was just like stiff and tired, and now I'm not stiff and I'm slightly stiff, but I'm not tired anymore. My muscles finally stopped being tired. I'm so happy. It's almost like if you go from like 3 hours of dancing a week to 10 hours of dancing a week, you're going to be sore and tired for a few weeks.
That is how that works.
But I'm coming out the other side. And I think I have muscles, because I was sitting the other day and I'm like, this feels different. Pretty sure my butt is a different shape now.
Right.
So that's where I'm at. Well, Karen says her husband can smell the scents, but he can't wear scented things on his skin. Interesting.
It's a combination. Like some scents will set me up. They're fine, but if they touch me, I break out into hives. Like hand soaps at most if it's a gas station, if it's a public space, it is your bathroom and not my bathroom. Hand soap will make my hands swell and crack and bleed. Yeah.
That's just so unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's soap. It's supposed to help. Okay, I am not going to get the fourth one wound. It's just not happening right now. Also found her second whip. I can't count tonight for some reason. Fair. Almost done. We got 3 minutes left in this sprint. I'm very warm.
Yeah.
This should not be as strenuous as it is. I wonder... The window's
Well,
open.
I'm
I
gonna
wonder if it's
open the-
warmer outside than I realize.
Probably. I'm going to open up the blinds a little bit because I notice I'm staying pretty dark, so I'm going to crack the blinds here when we take a break.
It's only 21. No, I cannot wind another ball of yarn in 2.5 minutes, so... We're just gonna leave that.
It means you're ready to cast on.
Unless I wanted to cast on that color.
Do you?
No. I don't know. I hadn't thought about it, honestly. Genuinely had not considered it. Knitting Purple says, you're just trying to avoid casting on. No.
Possible.
Maybe.
Oh, jeez.
I just want to count. Counting is hard.
Did you want me to do some personal shopping
Do
next
some which
weekend? Personal shopping for you at Silver Willow next week?
Oh, I feel like enough
need
shopping has
time.
been done recently.
Okay, you need time to contemplate these things, so I'll propose it now and you can tell me before Saturday.
Yes. I suspect I'm good.
You
But if you
spent
see
a lot
anything-
of money.
Yeah. Between the Manitoba one and the KW one, spent a lot of money. I probably should not spend more money. I think I'm good on project bags. That was like the big thing. Certainly don't need any more yarn. Although I managed to knit the yarn that I did buy, so
At
that's
least you
good.
got it in and out real quick. So if
Yeah,
I
didn't
see
even enter
something
stash.
that is completely unique and out there, like the doodle cards, call you?
Yeah,
Okay, I can do that.
yeah.
Something way out to lunch that screams Diana, I can keep an eye out for.
Yeah.
That is doable, my dear. These are things I need to know in advance.
All right, I have 3 of my 4 balls wound. Look at this. It's a gorgeous gradient. Maybe I will do this as a gradient. I don't know. Because I like this. I'm a little bit torn. Because it would make a nice gradient. But also the stripes. I don't know. I just don't know. Now, what I can do is set up the pattern in Knit Companion.
Uh-huh. I'm
Beep, beep, beep.
counting.
Break time.
I'm gonna, because my first whip sprint was so relaxed, I'm gonna keep counting. But I'm a fan of that dramatic color shift when you do a stripe. But I know you tend to like a softer transition, so I'd almost say, because it is for you, I would almost gradiate it. I mean, the benefit to the grade is you get that nice flow of color, and it's not like it's connected. It's not a cowl; it's a shawl. So you can have 2 different colors on opposite ends. And that'll be
Apparently I have
fine.
not downloaded this. Let me download this. It is in my library. Well,
Me, on the other hand, I would do a strong contrast all the way through whenever I switched colors, but that's my preference. So my bias is that way.
oh, that's because it's not a download. That's why. Maybe I won't set it up in Knit Companion. Oh, no, wait. Download. Here we go. No, wait. I swear I've done this. I swear I've done this. Let me figure out where I put this PDF.
All right.
Files. Aha! Here it is. I knew I'd downloaded it. It is in my Dropbox. Well, what the heck? Knit companion, why are you like this? There we go. Got it.
All right. I have attached the second sleeve, and I have begun the process of a stabilization row or two. Mostly just to make sure that that raglan is well secured.
Okay,
You know
sorry,
what I
chat's
mean.
been giving good advice. Take
Yeah?
a black and white photo to see the true contrast. And Karen says, I would fade the colors. These are
You do
both,
like a fade.
These are both good ideas.
Which we can do during the break.
In fact, since we are breaking right now.
We are. For anybody who's watched the podcast episode where I talked about the fact that I've got a couple of stitches too many, less than 10, I'm going to make those stitches disappear as I do these foundational rounds. But I have my new start of round to center front, which I've got pinned here. And I've got my sleeves attached. So now I'm going to balance out the stitches and make sure we're all the same all the way around before I officially start decreases. But we are attached. We have sleeves on a garment, folks.
Excellent.
Sleeves on a garment. And I've got this 50-gram ball and a full deep V yoke. I'm going to just do a V, like I'm really going to decrease every other round till it looks good to me. And wherever the V falls, that's where the V falls.
All right, let's get a nice picture here and stick it in black and white.
The important thing is that I freed up a 4mm needle and cord for the project I cast it on, because it'll need a bigger needle and cord situation shortly. Do I take this with me to Mom's house? Like, I gotta decide what I'm taking. I gotta decide what I'm taking, you guys. Hey, you guys. What am I taking to my mom's? And don't say Halloween stuff. That is already packed and set aside. I had to go through and find the things I want to, and even that's still a freaking debate. Did I show you the little ghosty project bag thing situation?
Little ghosty project bag? No.
I'm going to take that as a no. I will pull it up here and I will share it with you. What is this? Monday after work.
Black and whited.
Sure. Monday. What am I doing? What is on Monday? Guys, do I have plans on Monday?
I don't think so. So my colors are all pretty much the same tone except for the very light color and the very dark mini. But everything else is roughly the same tone, so I think it's going to be a gradient. I do believe that is the plan. Because they're just all roughly the same anyway. Except for the very light and the very dark, they're all around the same tone.
The only thing I can think of that I'm going to do on Monday stream on Twitch, but if I stream on Twitch, I can just do it earlier. So that I'm done by 2:30. You know?
Yeah.
I need a new charging cord for my phone. My charging cord is dying.
Oh, I hate that.
I don't want to get a new cord because I hate trying to figure out what cord I have.
Is it not just a USB-C?
I don't know.
Is it the one that you can plug in either way around?
No.
Okay, then it's not a C.
I don't know the difference between USB, USB-C, UA, micro. I don't understand.
A is the big one that plugs into the computer. C is the one that doesn't matter, there is no upside down. That's what most phones have these days. Mini and micro, I couldn't tell you, but it's one of those then, if it's not a C.
honest, I probably won't do anything with it. I will get frustrated. I will take it to my dad and go, I don't understand and I need one that works, and daddy will fix it. Because I am an independent adult human and I do not require assistance, which will probably be the words that come out of my mouth first. Because they usually are when I need help. I am an independent woman. Daddy, can you open the jar?
I'm a strong, independent woman, and sometimes I need help.
What never loving fart is this? Oh, can you write a post-it note reminder for yourself? I would like a photo.
Okay.
With some nice contrast, but not blown out crazy contrast.
Okay.
Of your Nostipina.
Okay.
With dimensions.
I don't know how to spell this word. Okay. Photo.
I can't help you spell Nostipina.
I guessed. I probably know what I mean. With dimensions. So, well, let's actually write an S. There we go.
Ooh, that'll be helpful. Because who do we know who works with wood?
Oh, yes.
Who needs Christmas ideas for handmade things for his daughter this year? Because we're a handmade DIY or thrift store only family as of this year.
Ah.
Yes. Guess whose father put in a request for small, weird knitting wood tools? My dad.
Yep,
Must collect things with dimensions.
Absolutely.
So that he has options. Because it's important. I went and I got cotton yarn for him because I'm making him some slippers. I'm making him some slippers for his feetsies.
Nice.
Slippers. Feetsies. I have no idea. I think I'm going to make for my brother-in-law, who's the guy I was texting back, because he's going to come Monday to pick up the cat. Thank God. Get stressed when I don't have a plan. I'm fine if the plan goes sideways. Like if the plan literally goes like out to lunch off the edge of a cliff and commit suicide, not a problem. I need a plan to start with. I don't care if we stick to it. Do not care if we stick. I just need some frame to begin with. Then the frame can go on an acid trip. It's fine. It's not the end of the world to me, but I need some sort of vague plan. I need a box.
A starting point, yeah.
To put things in so I can like shuffle the boxes around. Just makes me feel better. And that's fine. I know me. Are you going to
be conveniently the right size of needle?
Yeah. But I figure I'd send him pictures and dimensions for a wooden sock blocker. And then I was like, maybe a Nostipina. And I was like, what other weird wood thingies that we use in knitting that would be, you know, could be handy to have, right? Then I was like, oh, I have my Swift, but it's not great for traveling. But you remember Red's Swift? It was like the old school Amish Swift that fully compacted down.
Yeah.
That would be much better for traveling, right? So now I'm like, I should work out that, like I should go track down the dimensions for that and send that as well as an option. Because they use leftover bits of wood. None of it's exciting or extreme. I also measured out the dimensions for a footstool to go with my chair.
Nice.
That I made because my mom is right. It needs a footstool.
Do you want hers as well for dimensions?
Yes. It's because he needs the dimensions. Pretty, but if he doesn't know how big the picture's supposed to be, what's he gonna do?
Yeah. Like
he's made me a couple of drop spindles too, just as proof of concept to see if he could do it. I literally had like 4 or 5 drop spindles sitting up there out of sync, just waiting to get linseed oiled and doodled on. I want to ink draw all over them. So I'm just like, so cool. Way in the background, probably hidden under something, I've got a decorative box that I also need to doodle on that he made. Like, he makes really nice wood things. I love my serving tray. I love my serving tray so much. And I have a lap desk. Like, he's made me a wooden lap desk that's left-handed because I'm left-handed, so it pops open and I can sit on my lap. But my cup is not where my arm is for writing. So I can put my tablet on it, prop it up, read off my tablet, and my teacup's on the right-hand side. I need it to be as a left-handed human.
Makes sense.
And then when I'm done, I just fold it up and it tucks away and it's hefty. It's made of wood. But it's really cool. Like, I like the things my dad's made me. He's made some really nice, handy, useful things. He made your charcuterie board.
Yes, I know.
That I sent you.
I haven't charcuteried on it yet, but it sits there looking very pretty.
But it's for charcuterie.
I know.
It's for making adult Lunchables.
I know, and I haven't done that yet. But it sits there looking very pretty.
So I have to come fly to visit you in the spring to demand charcuterie board.
Possibly.
Possibly. I swear, if I could get Mr. B on a plane, I would do it. Ooh, maybe. I have a Turkish spindle. Sherry bought me a...
Yeah.
It's also up there because it's currently not in use. Oh, maybe I should put it into use. I do not need spinning right now. Stop. Guys, I have 31 projects to cast on next month and finish.
Good luck with that.
God, thank God most of them are tiny. Oh, I was going to show you the little... I got distracted.
Also wants to know, do you need dimensions for the needle binding as well?
Oh, maybe, yeah, because that's not just a little thingy, right? Or that might be get a bone. Maybe like he makes out of some antler and plays around with antlers after his deer hunt this year. Like, that could be fun. Like, the idea is to just, this year it's sort of like set up for the family, so we're like trying to figure out where we sit flow-wise for things. So, like, Mom's pretty sure she's going to do herbs. She's going to, because she likes growing herbs, so she's going to grow them and dry them, and I'll fresh dried herbs for Christmas every year. Like, yes, please, take that off my plate. Take that off my plate. I will happily take herb mixes or like those pre-made powdered mixes. Like maybe she makes like an onion soup dry mix for the whole family. I already told my sister I want crack. YouTube's gotta... It's my sister's sweet and sour sauce, guys. It is so good. Diana had seconds.
It was really good.
Really good sweet and sour sauce. It's naturally gluten-free. It's corn-free. I mean, it's not diabetic friendly. The sugar in that thing is nuts. But I eat it on tofu. I eat it on meat, mostly tofu. I told her like 6 jars of that, like 6 big size, like 6 mason-sized jars of that. Done. As far as I'm concerned, that's a Christmas present. And if she's making 6 for Mom and 6 for me and 6 for the house, she can buy in bulk, which keeps her costs down. Seal them up, we toss them in the freezers, and away we go.
Easy.
I'm like, that sort of thing. We like go nuts, buy a huge thing of butter when it's on sale, which Bible I never do because it's kind of crazy. Make shelf stable butter. I sent her the video for. Like, do that, and I get a canister or 2 of butter that I can have live on my shelf till I pop the seal. So we're sort of moving into that range of things. Obviously, I knit and that's what I do, but I've been doing that for a couple of years now. I'm just going to keep doing that. Which is why I had to go get yarn, because the cotton yarn was on sale at Michael's. Saved me $30, which kept me way under budget. And boy, I like being way under budget.
Tray? Oh, and the needle would be great in antler. She wants one too.
Because he doesn't do anything with the antlers. Shoot them, right? Other than like chop off huge chunks for the dogs to chew on, because antler bone good for puppies, bone good for. So it's like maybe do something in that line. It's one of those ones like if I had a backyard, I would take the deer skins and stretch them, and then do leather working or work with the deer skins. But I do not have a backyard to stretch a frame out on to dry the skin properly. It simply requires space I do not have. I do not have. So I can't do it. Nor would I be comfortable requesting, hey, Dad, can you dry some deer skins in your backyard for me so I can play with leather working? Like, that seems a little excessive.
You don't want to just, like, stretch out a deer skin in your living room?
I feel like it would be a bad idea with my cat.
I'm sure it'd be fine.
Can you just imagine? Everyone should be like, no, just pop it up at the... Imagine she would just sit there and yell at that wall for hours. She can't get No.
She'd be deeply... it would enrich her environment. She'd be deeply amused for hours.
She would enrich my foot. Kicking her backside is what it would. She'd drive me up the wall. As it was, we were so aggressive at playtime this morning, we woke me up an hour before. Like, I normally sleep until 7 on weekends. But I got woken up at 6 because we were very sure we needed to play this morning. I don't know how stoned we were because I just laid our catnip toys down. But it was very, very much I assumed the first solid thwunk was her missing her jump and landing half on me, which we do. You know, the surprised cat, only half the cat's there. That jump.
Yeah, yeah.
But then she did it a couple more times and headbutted me a whole bunch. So no, it was get out of bed, mommy, let's play time. So I woke up and played with her.
Because you know how to take care of your furry deity.
I am the high priestess of the tiny dictator, and I know. I am the provider of food and snacks. Let's open up.
All right. Is it time
How's that?
for the...
Oh, that's better.
Yeah. Time for
Sun
third WIP
shifted.
sprint. Third sprint.
Yeah, let's do our
So
final
what are we
sprint.
doing?
I still don't know what I'm working on.
I'm going to figure out how to make I-cord with my little tool.
That is
Which may
tools to
involve me
tank,
opening a video.
or do I crochet some sea breeze because the ribbing is done and it's ready to establish shells on my back panel?
Which one is more exciting?
I mean, the tools to tank is not exciting. It is roundy stage. Let's
Sounds
be
like
honest.
you should do the more exciting one then.
Okay, exciting one it is.
Melanie says she also has a thumbless overlord.
Ah, yes, the overlords. Lords.
I'm just going to mess around with this a little bit and see if I can figure it out.
Okay.
But I might be pulling up a video very shortly.
That's fine.
All right, hope everybody's ready for their third sprint. I'm going to start this here countdown.
Do it up. I
Just a
need to pull up the
second.
page with the instructions. And then I need to blow up the instructions even more because I'm far away than
So
Okay.
I've randomly decided that I'm going to start with the Northern Cardinal, which is the darker of the two reds. The slightly lighter red is Bloodwine. I'm going to start with the
Okay.
Northern Cardinal and then go up and then probably into this orange and then do the one I haven't wound. Do the lightest one last, I think,
Okay.
is the plan.
So long as you've got a plan. Have you taken a picture of your plan? Have you written your plan down?
That's probably a good call.
Just knowing your memory the way I know you.
There, now it's documented.
It is maxed out. I'm
It has been
forgetting things.
documented.
It's so maxed out.
Yeah.
Okay. Which tells you how maxed
I have 3
out it is.
routines worth of
Just-
choreography in my brain right now.
Yeah, you understand what I mean. There's no space. I was looking at the wrong cardigan, you peeps.
Oh, don't do that. That's going to make it harder.
That would not be what I want. A shell is
there-
5 double
yes, I
crochet
see
and a
the
chain.
video. I opened the video. It's this video. Okay, hang on.
No.
What is I-cord? I don't need to know what is I-cord.
What is
I just
I-cord?
I need to know how to start the I-cord. Here we go.
Oh,
Okay,
bright
this is the
white
part-
photo.
No, okay, that's the I-cord's already started, but how do we start the I-cord?
Crochet sea breeze cardigan pattern is what we're looking
That's how to start the I-cord. Edging.
for. I've done that part. My ribbing's a bit
But
smaller
I
than
want
it's supposed to be.
start the I-cord on the tool.
Nope, did that part.
Here we go.
Did that. The ends of the... Yeah, I already did that. Chain 1, work 1 single crochet into end of each
Oh, hold up.
row. You
This start is
just...
slightly more complicated than
crochet.
I anticipated. It's a good thing I'm watching this because I was absolutely not going to get that right. But it looks like...
Okay, did that. Turn row 2. Chain 1.
Okay,
Single crochet in each of the next 2 single crochets. Don't read any
a
farther
slip
because if you
stitch
do that,
situation.
you
Okay. Okay, it looks
get
like...
confused.
Looks like we do slip stitch situation.
Step 1, get ball and yarn.
But then make it go over the edges and under the middle.
Over the edges and under the middle.
I think that's what they've done.
I feel like this is not going to be conducive to me remembering what I'm working on for crochet because I'm going to have different words coming out of my mouth.
So, bug, get off.
No,
Thank
says the bug.
Okay, and then what do we do? And then what do we do, video? Okay, and then we open all the latches. No, back up. Do it again. Back up. Do it again. Back up. Do it again. Okay.
Did I stick a... Ooh, I got a hair clip.
Okay.
Got some ball bands.
And then we go
hair
over
elastic.
and pull through and over and pull through. Okay. So then we take this over
Nab claw.
and pull. Nope. Ah.
Oh, Erin, let me try her hand lotion then. It wiggles like a mix between Jell-O and like that ooze toy thing you used to get as a kid. I think it's called a body yogurt. Anyway, it's fun to jiggle in the container. But
Did you say
nice lotion?
body yogurt?
Yeah, I said body yogurt.
The heck's a body yogurt?
Apparently, a nice lightweight whole cream you can make at home for your body as a lotion. And I really liked it, so I think I'm going to try to make some.
Okay, I think it's working. I think it's working. Oh wait, I gotta start. Starting the timer. Ha ha ha. Here we go. I think I got it.
Chain one. No, don't double crochet. I'm going to single crochet. So much. I've done too much half double crochet and double crochet in my life. Single crochet is very hard
it's
for me to
working.
remember.
It's working. That makes I-cord. You guys, it makes I-cord. Look. Not at my face. Look at the I-cord. It makes I-cord.
Not at my face.
It totally works. Okay, this is great. I mean, my start's a little bit messy.
Next, 2 single crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3.
Okay,
Skip
this is great.
2 single crochet.
Can I
2.
make this any cleaner of a start?
Single crochet and next 3 single crochet.
Oh, wait, you pulled it tight. How did you manage that? Can I just pull it tight? Is that a thing I can do? No, that's okay. Hang on.
Ooh, I should pack all of my... I have to pack all of my crochet hooks. I gotta show Mom how to crochet. 2. What am I chaining? Probably should also show Mom how to read crochet pattern. Crochet. Skip 1, skip 2 in the 3rd. Crochet 3.
Okay.
2.
Okay.
What's everybody else
Let's try
working on this
again.
WIP sprint?
Okay.
Now that Diana's officially pushed the button.
Yeah. Okay, that's applying an I-cord. That's great.
1, 2, 3. I
just
feel
need to
like I
make an
need one of those
I-cord.
tools.
Scrub through the rest of this video. Oh, here we go.
Wonder if I would find it useful. Wonder if I could use it. Question of the day.
Nope, that didn't work. Haha. Let's try this again.
Okay. 2, 3.
All right, this is going to involve just like playing with it a little bit, and I'll figure it out.
That's fine. Do you remember the big craze for 3D printed circular sock machines? I wonder if anybody's used them enough to write reviews on them.
Ooh. Because I have access to 3D printers.
That's just what I was thinking. Like, obviously, it would need a specific type of plastic because you would want, like, the super heavy duty hardcore plastic to handle the wear and tear. But, like, is the 3D printed plans precise enough to allow for a proper circular knitting machine, right?
I don't know.
I should try to find some reviews. And then obviously, like, skip the reviews where they're just complaining to complain and actually hunt down reviews giving you information. Which is harder to do than it sounds.
Okay. Got that.
Apparently somebody really liked my book review the other week.
Your book review? Of which book?
Well, I review books when I read them.
Yeah.
So I did one on a book I read. And
Which book?
I was honest. By any means necessary. It's a dark romance. So the dude belongs on paper, not in real life. Belongs on paper.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave it 3 out of 5. Like it's a very solid read. It was quite enjoyable from start to finish. Highly recommend if you can handle a dark romance. However, in real life, we would put a restraining order on his butt. Belongs on paper. So it's very clear that an incredibly hot dude behavior in a real human. However, in my fake paper men, bring it on. Please, yes, more of. Love it. Beautiful. Very well written. Female protagonist actually had weight and size measurements that made her curvy. Not pretend curvy, real curvy.
Whoa. Is that allowed?
I mean, we still suffered from the too short syndrome that all female protagonists suffer from in books to be a specific type, but that's a stereotype I don't think we're ever going to get away from. But she was a self-admitted 230 pounds and about 5'5". Curvy.
I will make a nice start to this eventually. No, that's actually curvy. Okay.
Actually curvy. And I liked it. Like, I mean, okay. He's, tattooed and works. He's a fixer for mobs. Not a nice dude. I'd overly possessive. Overly possessive. However, yes, absolutely. On paper, very hot.
Yes.
Not in real life, but on paper. Whew, thank you very much. More, please. So that's essentially what I wrote without getting into details because I didn't want to spoiler any of the story. So I was just like, yes, do it up. Like, she was proud of her body. She knew what she was, and she didn't care what other people thought. I was like, yes, let's bring some of that self-confidence into this situation here. Love it. So I've been reading some more by that author because that's absolutely delightful. However, all of her male protagonists belong on paper.
Well, I mean,
Having
you
said
don't want,
that,
like, an actually... We're not reading the books for normalcy.
No. I do not necessarily want a man who fixes things for higher ups to stalk me, essentially. I'm not okay with that. However, on paper, please. Please and thank you.
Yeah, I don't really need any dealings with mob personnel.
I don't need to deal with death and threats and that sort of... No. But my god, the sexy scenes. Hello. Which, of course, because I found it from an Instagram reel that I saved, I am now going to have to go back in and start following that person on Instagram who recommended that book and see how many more like that I can find. I think I sent you some Instagram book suggestions too, didn't I?
I think so, yeah. Okay.
Guys, I'm establishing this first row, which is always the hardest.
Alright, I'm just gonna have a weird little wiggly start and I will sew it in when I'm done because I've done this like 5 times now and the start's not getting any better. So it is what it is, and that's just how it is.
Well, that's fine. It's like your first go at it. You'll get better as you go.
This is, however, a vastly more enjoyable way to make I-cord.
So you're saying I should check that tool out, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
do love the look of I-cord. I hate... Not as much as I hate ribbing. Let us be clear on this.
I'm just, like, I'm blasting through this I-cord.
Which is good because that was what was worrying you about the waves.
Yes. The starting instruction, it's a free pattern, so I can say, cast on 3 stitches, knit 128 rows of I-cord.
Oh my god.
And I was like, but no. But now that I have this tool, I can be like, but yes.
So if I was to want a shockwaves of my own, you would do the I-cord for me when you're at home at Christmas? Just the cast on. The bind off I wouldn't mind doing.
I could probably bring my tool and do some I-cord.
That'd be so good.
Is that including the picking up the stitches so that it's actually a cast on?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Well, if you wind the yarn and have it ready to go, I can bring my little tool.
I can certainly do that.
And I can make you 100 and whatever rows of I-cord. Whatever I just said. I don't remember.
100 and something or other.
Yeah.
Right now my brain is solely focused on single crochet 3 times, chain 3, skip 2 single crochets. As I'm establishing my shell pattern. Or I'm establishing my establishing row for my shell.
Makes a very satisfying little click sound as I open and close the little latch hooks.
Okay, do I do this to the end of the row? Single crochet in the last 2 stitches.
Whee! Look at me go! I-cord! Whee!
Do you remember who you got that from?
Look at all that I-cord I got already.
Do you remember who you got that from?
What?
Do you remember?
Yes.
Where'd you get it?
From Oddcat. She's a local vendor that I initially met at Knit City. She was not a vendor there. I just happened to be in a knitting circle and she was there and was reluctant to talk about her stuff, honestly, but her friend was there and did sufficient self-promotion, so... And then she remembered me at the KW Knitted Fair, which was great, because I was like, you have no reason to remember me. We met for like an hour. Oh no! I dropped a stitch!
Chain 1.
How do I fix this? Oh no.
Single crochet in first crochet. In first crochet. Skip, next, single crochet. Something, shells. Shell. I think it means stitch. Next. Single. Okay. Hang on. English is hard today, apparently. Shell, skip, next.
Fudge balls. Okay, we're starting again because I can't figure this out.
Oh, do the shell. Skip, next single crochet. Across,
and we're snipping this bit off because I've tied a knot.
Skip and then shell. Okay, and you're shelling into the chain 3 space. So we shell in the chain 3 spaces.
Shell in the chain 3 spaces.
Shell in the chain 3 spaces. Skip a single crochet, skip a single crochet, shell. I can do that. And that was not the easiest thing to parse in my brain. Oh, I think I figured out what I was doing wrong for reading instructions on the Elsa tank. Or the Elsa sweater I've been working on. So I finally figured out my instruction set. And I was right, it was me. Three, 4.
What was the complication?
I don't know how to read English.
Fair. You know, sometimes that is the blocker.
I stopped, slept for like 12 hours straight, and then with very well-rested eyes and a very well-rested brain, reread the instructions. They made total sense. 4, 5.
Melanie says, I want to cast on a clapotis. Clapotis? Clapotis. English, Clapotus. I might pick up the yarn at the PEI Fiber Festival next Saturday. Nice.
Ooh, that could be exciting.
That was a shawl, right? I remember that was a popular pattern. It had a moment, and was it a sweater or a shawl? I can't remember. Do you remember?
No.
You're counting.
I'm always counting. When aren't I counting? I mean, now I'm not counting quite so hard.
This is what I do now.
That's your life, I-cord?
This is my life. I make I-cord.
I am counting to 5 double crochets to make a shell stitch, so it's not like it's a huge count.
Clapotis. It's a shawl/scarf. Okay. Got it. Thank you. I can pronounce things.
Sure you can.
No, I can't. Oh, Sherry is in chat. She has plans for one too.
Ooh, cool.
I should be counting. I'm not going to.
No?
I mean,
You
I'll
rebel.
count to 100 yeah, I'm my rebel. Yeah, such rebel. I'll count when it's the length of my forearm. I feel like that's roughly the right length. It is too short right now. And I certainly cannot count, do a new thing, and read chat at the same time.
That's a bridge too far? It's a bridge too far?
That is too many brain cells. There's more brain cells than I have got today.
I know we will have to make plans at the tail end of your visit after Christmas to do a game night.
Oh, absolutely. I've asked Mr. Diana to help me prepare to run a Fat Magic one-shot.
Yeah. And we have to play Mimic Kings.
Absolutely. I had a super random 3 a.m. thought about mimics last night.
Dead. Okay.
Like, I got up to go to the bathroom, and then as I'm getting back into bed, like, mimics. If mimics existed in, I have no idea how mimics came into my brain, but if mimics existed in modern day, they'd probably disguise themselves as, like, Amazon packages or something.
Yeah.
And then I went back to sleep. And then I still remembered this in the morning. I'm like, what was I dreaming about?
What were you eating before you went to bed?
Nothing. Not immediately before bed, anyway. I mean, I went out and I had a drink, but it was not a weird drink. And that was several hours before bed. So, I don't know.
It's a weird place to get to. You're not wrong, because no one would suspect the Amazon package, so the mimic could travel and eat its prey. Be a very good way to go about killing numpties.
So there's my random 3 a.m. thought for the day.
I do not have random 3 a.m.
I'm calling it a 3 a.m. thought. I don't know what time it actually was. It was dark o'clock.
It was dark o'clock?
Mm-hmm. I make a point of, if it's still dark outside, I don't look at the clock. Because that'll just stress me out about how many hours I have left to sleep. Or not sleep. Even if it's a weekend. Also, looking at an electronic screen does nothing for helping me get back to sleep. So I've just trained myself that if it's still dark outside, I just don't look at the clock because it doesn't matter. There's still time to sleep.
Sure. I get up in the dark most of the year, so.
I don't. Generally speaking, so dark equals sleep.
I like that quiet time as the world starts to wake up. I like being up at that time.
It is nice. But I've been finding an 8 a.m. wake-up time is entirely sufficient for my purposes. Since all my coworkers are in Pacific time, if I get up at 8 and start work at 10, I'm still online a solid hour and a half before any of them.
Well, that works because then you can get caught up on anything. You can get some work before everybody shows up.
Yeah. And I invariably have something to catch up on because their workday, they're tech people, right? So they always work late, but late in Pacific time ends up being like 10 p.m. my time, and I'm not looking at my work stuff at 10 p.m.
No.
And they don't expect me to, so.
No, that's crazy pants. It means they can send off something that they know you'll deal with before they get in. So like it doesn't interrupt the workflow any.
No, it really doesn't. It seems to be working. I might be going to a tech conference next month, maybe.
Okay.
I need to figure that out by the end of the weekend. It's Thanksgiving weekend.
For us?
Yes, Canadian
Well, you were
Thanksgiving.
just here, so it's not like you're coming back here.
Yeah. There's a Hackfest in Quebec City. Is apparently quite good, and one of my bosses is going, and also B is going as well. And she's really selling me on it. So I think I might have to go. And she's like, but we could road trip it because it's only it's a 9-hour drive, which
that's
is
totally
only
road trippable.
It's very road trippable with 2 of us driving. And like, if you consider that flying will take about as long because you have to get to the airport early. So
I think that'd be a fun thing to go do.
might just go do that.
All right, we've done our first row of shells. Look at those shells. Aren't they pretty?
Oh, they're so pretty.
Okay. Now, how do we continue making shells? That is a very good question. Next row of instructions is... not that row.
Jude says, I like the quiet time after the world goes to sleep.
I like being asleep while the world's still figuring out how to go to bed.
I also enjoy the quiet time after the world goes to sleep. But then I'm also tired, so I'm not exactly productive during those hours usually.
1, 2, reaching.
Thinking about
Then
getting
we
up early and
count
staying up late.
as half double crochet and a chain 1. Skip, next double crochet. Single crochet and next 3 double crochet. And
I figure
then
we're getting close to 128. I might be getting close. I should probably count.
Okay.
I should probably start counting. I'm gonna get my stitch markers so I can mark off 20s.
Okay, that makes
Sherry
sense.
says, I just ordered my Hutterite turkey for Thanksgiving. It'll be a giant bird. Nice.
2.
We might have the Charlies over and B and her partner, and that's going to be our Thanksgiving if we do anything at all. Or we might just go see B and her partner, or we might just do nothing at all.
I will buy some turkey boobs and make a turkey dinner for myself.
All right.
Depending on the mysterious Mr. B social calendar, he may or may not be in town.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
If he's
15,
in
16.
town because he can't go out to the cabin for the weekend, Blood Bowl starts on the 2nd. I might see if he wants to play some video games.
Early bird versus night owl is very controversial in chat here. We're very strongly one way or the other.
There's a bunch of science that's coming out that says there's no such thing, so like everything else, probably a personal thing.
It's entirely personal. It's just personal preference. I can do the morning thing, and it works better with the society that we've built.
Great on the morning thing.
It works better with the society that we build. But left to my own
Interesting.
devices, if I don't have to worry about what society's doing, I trend towards nighttime. But if I have to care about what society's doing, then yeah, doing the morning is better. The key thing is making a schedule and sticking to it.
Most of it is just sticking to a schedule.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. As long as you make a schedule and stick to it, either one works.
Oh. This is a very relaxing pattern. No big stitch counts. No hard stitches. A loose
Sherry
enough
also
gauge.
likes the nighttime. No one's gonna ask me where the ketchup is or what's for supper or anything. But Elsa's on your side.
I mean, if they can't find where the ketchup is, I guess they didn't need it though.
Just, oh, break time. So apparently we're done.
Break time.
Okay. Yeah, well, that was our third sprint too.
Ooh.
Sandy says early to bed, early to rise. I mean, that makes sense.
I am particularly fond of rolling into the office for whatever work it is I gotta do around 8:39. I've already been up. I've done yoga. I've showered. I've had breakfast. I've done some knitting. I've played with the cat, which is usually me bugging. I've listened to the radio morning program. It's starting to wrap up its process. I start work. I can be done working 2 p.m. every day, which means before rush hours, before school's let out, before everybody else is on the move, I could go to the grocery store and pick up a chicken for dinner. I could go do a doctor's appointment and be home before 4. I could walk down to Hudson Bagels, still get a bagel because they're open till 4. Like, there is so much more I can do by getting off, or at the very least getting enough work done that I can stop at 2 o'clock. Do I stop at 2 o'clock? Yeah, I do something else and then I come back and do more work. But that's just my personal preferences. It also means I can do things like I take lunch breaks that are like 2 or 3 hours long and I chat with Asa. She's in her evening and I'm playing Stardew Valley. That's my break in the middle of the day because I have all that extra time at the end of the day still to just put stuff down for 2 or 3 hours and pick it up. I just enjoy having more space. I just enjoy having more space.
Jude says, I can't get to sleep early no matter how I try. When I had 4 a.m. starts, I used to just not sleep at all and flow straight through the next night. Oh my god. Sherry says, or menopause. So late to bed, up a few times to sweat or pee, awake at 3 a.m., then doom scroll for an hour or so, back to sleep till 8. Sounds delightful. Y'all are not selling me on this menopause thing.
So far, I haven't had too much of a problem with insomnia. No more than usual. But that, like, I might not. Like, that might not be how my symptoms go, so we'll see.
1, 2, 3.
I've just started,
5,
so
6, 7,
I
8,
could be
9,
ranging symptoms for the next decade.
13, 14, 15,
We'll see how it goes.
16, 17,
However,
18,
hot flashes,
20.
I could do without that ever again. Thank you very much. That was more than was necessary.
Okay, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Well, that's 100.
Well, that's good.
And some. I'm going to finish counting these before we sign off.
Sign off? Sure. I'm trying to get to the end of my row because I'm like, that's a good place to stop. Like,
yeah, I figure if I can
row.
count 100, if I've got my 128 rows, then I'll be good. Melissa says, I used to be late to bed and early to wake, but now I need my hours of sleep. Absolutely. Get up and just shower, get dressed, out the door. I usually arrive at work about an hour and 15 minutes after my alarm goes off. I like having time to myself in the morning. I dislike the roll out of bed and straight into get ready for work mode.
I like the time in the morning for myself.
Right now my schedule is up at 8-ish. Sometimes I stay cozy in bed for a little bit because it's cool overnight, so I've been leaving the windows open, so you're all cozy under the duvet, but there's a cool breeze, and it's just really nice to just enjoy that for a few minutes.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I'm gonna get up and, like, do all the skincare and go make coffee, and then I go sit outside for a while it's still warm enough to do that. Do some
Phaedra's
journaling.
taken to climbing under the covers with me some morning.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see if I can count 20 more stitches here.
Not for very long, she overheats real quick.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14,
Okay,
15,
so how do I finish
16,
this row?
17, 18, 19, 20.
2,
20 is
3.
that one.
Okay, so I've gone across the row. Chain 1, half double crochet into the last single crochet churn work. That's what I thought.
21, 22.
Oh, guys, we've got 2 rows done. Woohoo!
22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28.
So,
Okay. Well, that wasn't bad. My guesstimated stop was 122 of the 128 that I needed.
well, that's not bad at all.
But there we go. There's 128 I cord in like 10 minutes.
2
I mean, it was
rows.
25 because I had to figure out how to use it, but
I'm getting ready to do my second row of shells in my chain 3 spaces. Not too bad. Not too bad. I am liking the drape on this, so I think I found the right yarn. Like she's scrunching up real good,
swoosh, yeah.
which is what I want. But we're wool, so we'll have great insulation both ways. So it'll help keep me cool and it will help keep me warm, depending on where I am. And it'll breathe a bunch better than it.
Oh, Melanie's off to go lie down. Hope you feel better soon.
Oh yeah, hey, being sick sucks. Get well soon. Don't let the tiny chickens get you. I know, I'm weird because I call every time I'm sick the tiny chicken place.
I know you've explained it before, but where did the chicken part come from?
It's from the Vlog Brothers.
Oh.
Hank and John Green.
Yeah.
Because I am an old school nerd fighteria member. And when they got sick, one of them said they were felt like they were fighting off an invading horde of tiny chickens. So like now being sick is you're down with the tiny chicken plague.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
And it's stuck in my brain, so this is where we are.
No, that makes perfect sense.
There. And I like that phrasing. So they'll be like, oh, what's up with you? And I'll be like, I was fighting off the tiny chicken invasion this week. It just sounds better than man, I had a head. I mean, it means the same thing, but it sounds better than man, I had. Because then you're like, oh, stupid tiny chickens. Their invasions can be just downright troublesome.
Susanna's asking, is that the Karen cake I sent you?
No. I have 4 untouched balls. 4? 3? I have 3 fully untouched Karen cake. I have 3 balls of the Karen cake and the powdered snow set aside for the Elsa sweater. And I'm thinking I might be able to get 2 sweaters, 6 balls, you said. And I've already sort of lined up what I think I'm going to work on the second project because I do love me a white cardigan. So I think I'm going to do a white cardigan with the 3 remaining balls that I end up having left over once I'm done. So I need to finish the Elsa first. Can't tell you where my progress is on that because it's secret crap. So once that's done, I will weigh whatever's left over and add it to the 3 cakes I still have because there's like 200 grams in each cake. And then I will cast on another knitted. Because it was either like 1 crochet cardigan and leftovers, 2 knitted cardigans, but like just depending on yardage, right? So far my yardage has been good, but I'm not officially done the sweater, which is that deep V one.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to finish that one first and see how much yarn I have left. But fingers crossed, knock on wood, sell your soul to whatever non-existent demon is vision, and we can get 2 sweaters. The second one I'm thinking very cute A-line cardigan that would because it's a cardigan, I can expel heat out the front of it. It's That's why I'm doing the Elsa, because it's such a deep V. It should be able to keep me cool enough that I don't too badly. I mean, it'll still be the depths of winter kind of wear, but no bulky garments. But I definitely can do a worsted garment in the right conditions.
I'm very excited to make it out of the fuzzy stuff.
So excited to see how it works. I enjoy Karen K. Make good yarn. Make good
Striping should be interesting. I'll have to decide how much I care about the striping being even.
That is a decision you're going to have to make. Though it's not that
Body's
hard.
in the round, right?
So it's like the body's in the round. So do the body. But if you do the sleeve, when you do
because when you split for the
match,
V, that's already going to start messing with the stripes.
Yeah, it's already going to start messing with the stripes, pretty much. But so long as your stripes on your sleeve match body, it'll look to be. So like if you have to do your
are sufficiently unmatching that it looks
that works just
intentionally unmatched.
Yeah. You're going to have to make that call once you're done your V neckline though.
Yeah.
And see where you're at before you can decide anything really. Good news is everybody is free now. They can enjoy their Saturday.
In fact, I have one more ball of yarn to wind, and then I need to find a project bag to put this in.
Yep, and you and I have to do some background.
We do indeed.
I do not have time on Monday. Neither do you. Before I leave to get another start done, and we owe the members on weekend. I'm gone, so
yeah, we got things to do.
We're gonna let you guys go. Diana's gonna wind yarn. I'm gonna take a bathroom break, and then Diana and I are gonna work on some.
Suzanne's saying she still has another ball started, but I'm gonna frog that, and you can have it.
Sure. Absolute worst case scenario, it's a ball of white yarn. I can put it to. It's not hard for me. I may or may not be making 60 billion amigurumi things that most like, or spider web themed next month. White yarn will not go amiss in this house. Not go amiss in this house.
I'm adding potion bottle to my list as well. Potion bottle pattern.
Absolutely.
Because I'm going to forget.
You will, yeah. All right, I'm going to do an outro. Are you ready on the buttons?
I'm ready on the buttons.
Guys, we love you. We will see you next WIP Sprints, next episode of the live. Ooh,
oh, yeah.
Next Sunday.
I'll have to schedule that when we're done here.
Live next Sunday.
I got fluff.
Oh, dear. We'll see how Diana has done, how I have done on Sister's Blanket. What am I working on? The Elsa carding? No, the Elsa is with Louise. It's my sister's blanket. Us. Guys, it's a weekend. We gotta go. We love you. So until we see you next time, I'm Jocelyn.
I'm Diana. That was your line to say.
Peace. You want to say it? You can say it.
No matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.
Don't forget to knit.
It's really weird. I don't like it. Okay, bye.